Hello everybody yet again, and today we are playing yet another version of Jund Reanimator. I think this is the most mid-range version we played so far, and this is the one I was talking about yesterday. We played a version with Sneaky Snackers, it was cool, but the deck building was pretty sloppy in certain aspects. And today we are taking that shell and we are adding some more threats for the complete mid-range package, removing the unnecessary cards and actually using Dread Return to its full potential with Flashback. Let's start things off with the mana base. Now we are playing 2 Bojuka books because we really want the Exhume to be one-sided, same reason we are playing 4 copies of Nihil Spellbombs here. We are playing all untapped basics, but one of each dual land because we are playing Trolls, Ents and a single copy of Oliphant. There are some new cards in the 2-drop section. Of course we have the Exhume, which was in the deck before. We now have 2 Eviscerators Insights because we are also playing Jixin Infiltrator. The insight will mostly be used on an Eldrazi spawn, I think. That being said, we can sacrifice a spell bomb or any other creature if it's targeted with removal. We are also playing the Infiltrator. This was a big question mark if I should add it to this deck or not. But I think with the spell bombs and with all of the spawns plus the Dread Return, I think the Infiltrator can become a very large threat pretty quickly. It's also one more threat to play early in the game if we don't actually find Exhume. We are playing the Rumble, which again could be very questionable in this deck to be honest. I was yet again thinking about another version, but Rumble basically whiffs on Exhume and it whiffs on Snuff Out, but we have the Insight and the Dread Return, which we don't mind being in the graveyard, so that's pretty nice. Of course, Rumble searches for Spellbomb, Repurposer, Chrysalis, or any of those big creatures, or even land, which is quite nice to be honest. So we will see how Rumble performs. Repurposer creates spawns for the Dread Return and the Infiltrator. It's a decent 3 mana mid-range creature, and I really like Eldrazi Repurposer. For Snuff Out, yes, I've decided to go for Snuff Out. You could play like Cast Down, which is a lot slower. You could even go for Scred. I'm not so sure with the Bojuka box if that's a good idea, but it certainly could be. Dread Returns, they work very well with the spawns now, and the second part is actually very relevant now. But of course, just casting this for 4, returning a troll is also okay as well. Writhing Chrysalis, main reason to splash red and the only reason to splash red in the main deck, apart from Pyroblast from the sideboard and then all of these land cyclers, for a total of 23 lands. I could see this becoming more of a control deck to be honest. You know, definitely having the Exhume plus the land cyclers plus a Writhing Chrysalis is enough to win a lot of games to be honest, so you can even cut the Infiltrators, the Rumbles, the Repurposers and some of the Dread Returns and lean a little bit more into a Garden Shell, maybe even with Scred, which could certainly be quite powerful and something to try out if we find that this version is not sufficient enough. Let's also take a look at the sideboard. 2 Extract a Confession, great against, you know, Boggle's Heroic, also really good against like Rule Ramp and Terrors. Basically a lot of different decks this card is good against, even like Black Sacrifice honestly. For Unexpected Fangs, this is our main strategy against Madness, just slam a big creature, put Unexpected Fangs on it, you know, maybe using the Exhume or the Dread Return, just get back an Ent or something and then gain a lot of life. 2 Arms of Hadar against the Go Wide decks, you know, decks like Rally, Elves, Fairies. Against all of these, Arms of Hadars are very important. 2 Torn of the Black Rose, this on the other hand is against the control decks, Dimmer or Izzet, even like Gardens. I think Torn of the Black Rose is very good against those types of decks. A single copy of Fairy Maca against Spy, Madness, decks like that, and then for Pyros. These Pyros are very one-sided, right, because we don't really play a red card main deck. The Chrysalis is red but isn't because it has the Void, right? So Pyroblast is very one-sided, and I think it fixes up the blue matchups quite well. I think that encompasses the deck tech pretty well. If you want to see more of these videos, have early access to them, or want me to play one of your decks, there is a link to YouTube memberships below. Thank you to everybody who supports the channel by watching the videos or being a member. With that being said, this is Jund Midrange Reanimator. I'll see you in the games. Let's see how we do. We play against VBG. We played against them. I'm not sure what they're playing. This could be Dimmer Fairies, maybe. What do we think about this hand? It has Rumble on 2. That's about it. You can sack the Rumble token. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. It's alright. Again, we don't mind being mid-range, so as long as this is playable, we are quite happy. We're also going first, so no need to worry about a spell stutter on the Rumble. If they're indeed on fairies. They don't necessarily have to be on fairies, of course. First main, start with a Mire. Oh, they're on Gates. Okay, I'm not sure how we're doing with against Gates. I don't think very well, but we will try our best. We have a Spell Bomb, which is a good card. I'm gonna go Rumble here. Yeah, I guess we take the Writhing Chrysalis there. We have a Dread Return as well, which is quite nice. They're definitely on some sort of Gates deck, not sure which one though. Snuff Out, this is a pretty good card. Alright, I think I'm just gonna cycle the end, play, or pick up rather, a Wooded Ridgeline, and then play on the Hill Spellbomb, I think. Next turn we can go for a Chrysalis, cause why not? Especially if we find an untapped land. If we don't, it's alright. Because we then, if we found an untapped land, we can Chrysalis, Dread Return. It's really good. Modern Age, okay. Let's see what they discard. Strands, reasonable. Play Citadel Gate, pretty slow, but, you know, very reasonable. Find another Rumble. I think there is no need for that, right? I would rather just go Writhing Chrysalis, and then probably play a Bojuka book. That's it. We can snuff out. This Modern Age will very soon flip. For now, they're discarding cards, though. Cat, I was afraid of Cat. Don't really want to crack the Spellbomb. Let them cast the Cat. Alright. Rumble. Okay, I'm enjoying a Rumble, I think. Let's play a Rumble. Actually, counterspell my Rumble. That's pretty aggressive, I think. Think I'll Rumble again then. Chrysalis Troll. Oh, we can get back a Troll. That's a really good card. Another Dread Return. Sick. Okay. I'm gonna pick up a Writhing Chrysalis. And I think I'll Dread Return a Troll. Sacking 1, 2, 3. I could snuff out this Cat if they try to buff it, which I think that's something I'm interested in. Let's attack for 5. They find the Vector Glider. Play a Squadron Hawk, fine with me. Brainstorm, sure. Gonna clear that out. Do they have a land? They probably do, an untapped one, I would say. Okay, pretty good. We do find a Swamp. I'm kind of a fan of that. Alright. I think we can play Chrysalis first, right? We can leave up the Haunted Mire on for a Spellbomb or Insight. Let's play Chrysalis. I will attack here. They will actually block here. That's only 4. That's only 4. I would say I'm okay with that. Okay, we are winning 1-0. That was cool. I didn't mind that. What do we actually want against them, though? I mean, the Glider, I'm not sure how good that is. I think I like Extract the Confession. This is a very interesting game, right? I think all of this is quite good, to be fair. I think I want maybe only Pyros. The Spell Bombs, they are fine, but they're not that incredible. I think some of the insights were a little clunky to me, or for me, I would say. And I think the Accursed Marauder, I mean, it's not bad. Do we want Arms of Hadar? They play a lot of 3 HP creatures. I don't think we do. I think we can take off the Marauders. Do we think Torn of the Black Rose is good? I think I want 1 Arms of Hadar in here. I think that's pretty nice. The problem is, what do we do with a Guardian of the Guild Pact? That's the thing. I think because of the Guardian, we might want Extract a Confession, at least a couple copies. And I'll bring back 1 Insight. I think that's quite reasonable. I'm thinking about everything they have, right? We don't really care about Hawks. I brought the Pyros, I did. This hand is quite strong. It could also backfire like crazy, but I'm gonna keep. We have an early Pyro here, and they move to 6. I'm gonna be a little greedy with this hand. They go on a Citadel Gate, okay. Jixin, okay, sure. Go with the Ridgeline. Some Land Cyclers would be immaculate here. Seagate, Stone Cold Nothing, okay. We do find the end. Okay, we can end Exhume later. I imagine they could probably have like Journey to Nowhere or something like that, but I think I'm still gonna bog here. Gonna leave a Pyro. We can go for a Forest regardless, which is nice. And then after that, we can just Exhume. That is a Squadron Hawk, which is something we can't do much about yet. In that case, we're cycling End, leaving a Pyro, I think. Let's cycle End, let's pick up a Forest. Oh, we actually don't have a Swamp. Okay. Here's a Spell Bomb. Okay, we're playing without a Swamp. That is pretty scary. I'm gonna Exhume the End, I think. Leave a Pyroblast. Maybe I should have went Haunted Mire, but then I don't have the Pyro. This is Guardian of the Guild Pact. Yeah, which we have answers for. They're not in this hand, though. Hey, here's the Swamp. I like that. Alright, I think we can play the Jixian. And then do we go for the Spell Bomb? I don't think so. Well, I think I actually do. Because I don't think there will be the need to crack a Spell Bomb, to be fair. So, yeah. We have double Snuff Out. The Chrysalis can get through the Guardian, but the sacrifice effects are important, I guess. If they're going hard on the Guardians, they don't know about Pyro yet. And yeah, this hurts. It's another Guardian, that's probably GG then. It's really bad. Chrysalis, okay, I guess that's what we do. Brainstorm, yeah, I think Guardian just wins, sadly. Squadron Hawk, yeah. Modern Age, okay, we can Pyro it, I suppose. Cat, they can't play that. I'm gonna Spellbomb, I think. Not sure when, though. Geothermal Bog, alright. Okay, I guess, dude, I wanna leave up some things here. I wanna leave up Pyroblast, which if I wanna cast the Chrysalis and I wanna correct the Spellbomb for a card and leave up Pyro, I can't even, right? So I guess I'm just not doing it this turn. I'm just leaving up all of this. Yeah, I don't think I'm playing this. And I'm definitely upkeeping this after they... I'm gonna set stop in their draw step. After your draw step, okay. So I think I wanna crack a spell bomb here already. Repurposer is alright. Don't dislike that one. They just find another cat, okay. Play that. Citadel Gate, and yeah, we're dying here for sure. I mean, I guess we can jump with the spawns and stuff, but that's a temporary solution. Okay, that's one Guardian, 9-10. I'm gonna say okay, and then sack the spawn. And we can attack here pretty well here, I think. End step, just crack the food, I think. Another repurposer, that's pretty good. Alright, now I think we can safely do this. Go for Writhing Chrysalis. We're gonna do a pretty huge swing here. You'll hold up Pyro. They don't like this, I'm gonna Pyro it. Let's go to attacks. And attack with these three guys, I guess. The colorless guys are pretty good. I still would love to get rid of the Guardian if possible. They block like this. Alright. They don't need a lifelinker, huh? They think. Okay. Interesting. This thing returns as a 2-3. Lion Island. Not another Basilisk Gate. Makes me happy. Raven Charm my Chrysalis. I think we can't really save that. Well, can we? I'm not gonna try. I mean, I could snuff out a couple times. I'm not really interested in doing that, though. I'm gonna try to go on the bird. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna snuff out, I think. No attacks, right? Yeah. Troll of Khazad-dûm. That guy is hard to block, and they have no lifelinkers. That guy is hard to block, and they have no lifelinkers. You can just block these two, so there's no real point in attacking with them, right? They can just block these with Guardians. Troll is hard to block, though. I think I'm gonna get on the board as much as possible. Alright, I'm gonna play Repurposer here. This is a cast trigger, so we can cast the Troll regardless. These guys get all buffed. And I know we have less blockers for the Guardian, but it's fine. I'm just gonna block with the Repurposer if necessary. We just need to gamble this a little bit, I think. We are also not dead in one hit. It's not like we need to block. See if they have another counter spell. They do not. Okay. Let me swing for 7 here. They decide not to block. Okay. Interesting. Create a treasure. Sure. Actually don't do anything. Really? Okay. We have a pyro. That's really good. Alright. I think I'm casting a Repurposer first. I'm doing that pre-combat. Create a spawn. And we have a lot of good, like, things to actually do here. I'm gonna go to combat. And do I swing with everything is the question. I think I do, yeah. Let's attack with everything. They could have strands. If they have strands, I'm crying. They have strands, okay. What do they say, though? Like, 2 of these have no color, you know? That's 10 damage. It's actually 11. They need to do something. I feel like sacking the spawn then. Because that's 11, right? And they have no color, so... They said GG. And we just slammed Caw Gates. Wow, I didn't expect that. I think this matchup is pretty hard, but GG, nice. Alright, Super NZ. What do we think about this one? Is this a good hand? I think it's okay. Let's keep this. It's not bad. A lot of more keepable hands with this deck, which I like quite a bit, actually. I think that's pretty cool. They move to 6, keep 6. Alright. Garden. Is this Gardens? I don't think we have a great matchup against Gardens. Exhume. Okay. Sure. Starting off with a Mire, I think. Black creatures decent against Gardens, since they have Snuff Out, but still Defile and stuff like that just kills us over, right? Assume this is just regular Gardens. It is regular Gardens. Okay, could be Pestilence, but who knows? I think I'm gonna go Rumble here, actually. Is that crazy? I don't think so. I think I'm gonna go Rumble here first. Prepare for the Infiltrator. Oliphant. Okay, we mill Exhume inside. Okay, they know what's going on then. We pick up the Oliphant. They sack the plant, I assume. Yep. I need to be really careful of them cycling a troll, so... Abandoned Growth, hold on. That's not regular Gardens. This smells like a combo deck now. This smells like a combo deck now, actually. You could have trolls and stuff. Generous Scent, okay. I say Cycle Oliphant, probably. Pick up the only mountain we have in the deck. Do we go Jixie in here? I think that's reasonable enough. Maybe force them to have some removal now, because maybe that's not really what they want to do on step, right? I don't know what is the other color. They cycle and I knew they had it. They've seen Exhume, right? It's really nice to have the Spellbound main deck though. Even in multiples, it's quite awesome actually. They're Jund 2. They're Jund 2. Chrysalis. Okay. Yeah, we can snuff that out, I guess. The problem is here they could have a thing to cycle. I'm gonna snuff out the Chrysalis. Could have Marauded, actually. Yeah, I think Maraudering would maybe be better. They can't really have anything here, so not really worried about that. Just smells like Jund Gardens. Just probably Jund Gardens. Why the growth though? That's interesting. We find another spell bomb. Okay, so here this could be an Exhume moment. I think I'll wait with the Exhume probably. I have 2 spell bombs. I just want to make land drops, I feel like. Forest cycling, pick up a forest. And here, to be honest, I'm pretty tempted to just like sack this guy. Always here. Put a counter here and Repurposer, create a spawn. I think I'm gonna get in the spell bomb. I want this guy to be big. I'll get in the spell bomb. And I'm preparing for Exhume here, I think. I'm gonna go to combat, attack. They're gonna jump. That's good to know. And that's it. I'm gonna leave up a spell bomb, probably crack it end step, I think. But we'll see. 1 mana for a Twisted Landscape. Let's see if it's a swamp or mountain. It's a forest. Okay. It's an Ichor Wellspring right there. Alright. Another growth. Smells like a combo deck from top to bottom. They also could have a Cycler here, but I'm okay with this. Wooded Ridgeline, interesting. Second main. Okay, I'm definitely cracking the spell bomb. There's no question about that. I'm gonna say yes. Dread Return, such a sweet card too. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna draw Forest. Okay, let's play a Forest. I sadly... I have only one black source, which isn't ideal. I could also Insight, but I don't think there's much worth inciting here. I'm gonna go for the Spell Bomb. I think I'll swing then. And then, honestly, getting the food feels decently important, honestly, because we then can flashback Insight on it, which is nice. I'm gonna go to combat that though, for now. I will attempt to Exhume here. Get back, what do we do? Is it the Oliphant regardless? Since they, yeah, we can sack the Spellbomb, I guess, but not really pay for it. Okay, I'm gonna go Oliphant, actually. That's a Ichor Wellspring, okay. So there is no Scred in this deck. Okay, looks like we're winning 1-0. That is pretty good. So I'll assume it's like a Garden deck, I guess. We want Thorns for that. I think we can cut some Exhumes. I don't think they're that great. They're fine. They're not that great, though. I think I would like to... This could be a longer game, from what I can see. Fairy Maca, I'm not sure. Confession. Confession is an interesting one. We always want to have removal for the... We always want to have removal for the Writhing Chrysalis if they play it, and Confession is a way to do it after all. I think these mid-range cards are very good against them, because they go 1-for-1 very heavily. I think Exhuming it's still strong. I just don't think it's that good. I think Dread Return on the other hand is a pretty strong card, like in general, because we will probably have some spawns there. I think Thorn is nice. I think I cut one Rumble here. Yeah, I think I cut one Rumble. Alright, like this hand kinda plays the game. It's mostly mono black, but it's not terrible. And we're going second. I think I might keep this actually. We're greedy with this. They kept 7, I'm keeping 7 too. Mountain, okay. I would also say that like, oh, well now we know what they're doing. We have Snuff Out though. This deck is pretty ready for their deck, I think. Wojuka book. Now it's pretty clear. I think. Well, in that case, you want every removal imaginable, I guess. Cycle End, sure. Chrysalis, okay. I guess I'm gonna go here. Cycle for a Swamp. I think we're gonna go for a Haunted Mire though. I think Haunted Mire. Next time we can play Mire, correct Spellbomb if we don't find lands. I would hope that with 23 we can manage to find land, but sometimes we don't. It's okay. We could also be just like dead if they have Hawkeye's Bow. Or Seeker of Skybreak. This one, yeah. I think this needs to be a Snuff Out thing, I guess. We'll snuff it out. They're probably Tameos. I have to Marauder. Never mind, they will not. Okay. Dread Return. Yeah, I'm doing this main phase. I'm trying to search for lands here. That's a Rumble, but yeah. I guess that finds a land eventually, right? Okay, so if I knew they were Hawkeye's Bow combo, I didn't know this card is already on MTGO. Crazy. Another Seeker. Guess we have to Marauder. Marauder's good. Generous End. Wow, love it. Okay. Let's cycle for Rent. Rather, cycle for a Forest. And good for us, the Marauder kind of gets around that, which is kind of sweet. By the way, for those who don't know how the combo works, they just equip and that's it. Like, they just equip the bow and they deal infinite damage if this guy has haste. Which in this deck, unless they play Bitter Union, it doesn't necessarily always have haste, which is a good thing for us. Repurposer, no. I think I'm gonna go for a Rumble. Searching for a land or at least a land cycler. Bog is reasonable, I guess. It's not really that great, but we'll take it. I mean, I don't have removal regardless. What am I ramping towards? I would say nothing. I'm just gonna go Jixin here. We can Dread Return back a Cursed Marauder, I guess. Okay, Wellspring here. And then Bojuka block them. We can Dread Return and Accursed Marauder. That's something we definitely can do, alright? That's pretty good. I mean, at the end of the day, that is pretty good. Dread Returning and Accursed Marauder, it's a play we can make. Growth again. So that's why the growths. I'm usually used to growths being played in like combo decks, right? Guess we were right about that. Hawkeye's Bow here. Should we play this deck, guys? Hawkeye's Bow. Leave a comment if you want to see a version of this. Okay, they're cantripping hard. And we're chilling here. Okay. They have 2 Twisted Landscapes. I wonder if they have a way to give haste. I doubt it though. I don't think they do. Let's draw. Generous and... Alright, two options. Slamathorn, which I think Slamathorn is very worthwhile. So I'm gonna search for a land, I think. We have more forests, and I'm gonna slam a Thorn of the Black Rose. I'm gonna attack with my Jixian. 2-1 for now, you know. Can be bigger though, can be bigger. I'm slamming a Thorn here. It's my end step. I skipped my... Bro. Oh my god. No. I clicked 1 too many times. Oh. That's actually terrible. That's exactly the turn we needed, dude. That's exactly the turn we needed. Okay. Oh, that was GG. That was GG right there. If he slammed the Thorn of the Black Rose, they're probably just gone. He probably just win the game right there. They said they have a hand full of land, so they're getting flooded out there, it looks like. Okay. Twisted Landscape. They can cycle that, I guess, but decide not to. Okay, so we're in a similar position as last turn. Oliphant. That's a good card, because I can Mountain cycle. Mountain. And the question is, can we Chrysalis Thorn? And the answer is no. Can we repurpose our Thorn? The answer is no. Can we anything Thorn? The answer is no, so we're just gonna Thorn. And this should be online last turn, right? But since they're flooded, I think we can, like, get through still. Alright, we need removal spells. We need them quick. They sack some things. Nihil Spellbomb is fine, I guess. We can Dread return back the Marauder, which is, like, really sweet, actually. Unless they find a Spellbomb of their own, right? They find a Wooded Ridgeline. Duress, that's good. I mean, probably taking the Dread return, I would assume. But we can make enough creatures that we can flash it back, which is kind of good, actually. Alright, let's chill here. Let's also pressure them. Here is a Generous End. Okay. I will play Writhing Chrysalis pre-combat. So, the question is, I don't know how much do I need to save this Dread return. We have 2 now, so I guess I don't really. I'm going to play Repurposer. And by that, I mean I would have played the Repurposer if I actually tap correctly, which I didn't, so there we go. Let me instead play this guy, and let's go Nihil Spellbomb. Then let me go to combat and attack for 4. Yep, a lot of misclicks. I would say not even like misplays, because it wasn't like I meant to do it, but misclicks, I guess, or however you would classify that. I'm not sure if their combo involves any graveyard things. Maybe like Pulse of Murasa, I doubt they play Fountain. They have to be flooded like insane. I mean, I can't imagine this being any other way, to be fair. I mean, we got rid of 2 Seekers of Skybreaks, so that was quite sweet. Huh, we find a Dread Return from hand. Now that's what I'm talking about. I like to see that. Let's go 1, 2, 3, Eldrazi Repurposer. And like, we can get really big on the board, which I'm enjoying. Let's attack here. I mean, this could be probably is lethal at this point. Yeah, definitely is. Let's force them to have some removal there. Let's sack some things. Let's stack those properly. Should have done this pre-combat play the end, I suppose. That was an actual misplay. But if you have lethal, it shouldn't matter, but still. And that's more than enough damage. I'm gonna go to combat damage here. Okay, that was bow combo. Interesting deck, real interesting actually. Okay, got to Loco, and we're going first. Let's go. This hand has a Jixian into Chrysalis. Okay, I think that's fine. Let's keep it. Okay, I think we are going to start on a Swamp. Wonder if I should cycle the Troll or not. I think the answer is yes. If we find Exhume, it could be really good. It also depends what they are. Maybe against some decks, Exhume isn't even good on one, so we'll have to see. Scoured Barons. Oh, I'm pretty sure we are playing against Pestilence. That's a tough matchup. I'm gonna go Troll Cycle then, pick up a Swamp. Yeah, Pestilence is definitely one of the harder decks to play against. They play cards like Outlaw Medic, I think, Bonder's Ornament, Guardian of the Guild Pact, and we yet again have no Enchantment Hate. That being said, we do have some removal, so that's sweet. Expecting, okay, Barons, no Tiding Blade just yet. Spectre, okay. That blocks the Jixian. Troll, okay, I'm just gonna go Bog here and pass. Some of these hands have been pretty clunky, right? 2 mana, we do see the Blade. This could be just a Glint Blade deck, but something is telling me that this might be like Orzhov Pestilence. I don't know what, still could be Glintblade. Like, I have no idea to assume this is Orzhov Pestilence. I've just played against a similar deck, you know, pretty recently. Black Crystal is here. Black Crystal is here. Blade doesn't work against that. That being said, they could have cast down. They also missed some land drops, which means they have gas in hand. Smells like a cast down, maybe. No, that's a draw to Insight, probably. Or offering Insight, yeah. Okay, Bojuka Bog looking decent here. They do find 3rd Scoured Barons. Okay, interesting. Repurposer, what a sweet draw actually, okay. I'm gonna prepare for a Troll. With all that in mind though, I think I'm just gonna sack this guy right there, play Spellbomb, then attack for 3. I don't wanna sack these spawns if I don't have to. They protect us against Tiding Blade, which I feel like is pretty important in this matchup, right? Next turn we can cast the Troll and we'll see what will happen. Plains, yeah, this smells like just Pestilence, I think. Could be wrong though, but I want to know if this is Blade or Pestilence. That's very important to me. Because they don't have enough artifacts to support the refurb, I feel like. I feel like I've played against this deck before. I remember... Oh, it's Blade. Okay, never mind. So they'll pick up a Blade. Glad I didn't use my Eldrazi spawns. Will they replay a Blade? Grim Bauble, okay. Got one of the spawns, sack it. Second main, I think I'm cracking a Spell Bomb. I'm not really like trying to wait for anything, I just want the card. Use it as a 2-mana cantrip here, no response, yes. Generous Hand is a sweet card to find. Dread Return is a sweet card to find. While we're at it. Okay, I'm gonna just play Mountain and just slam a Troll of Khazad-dûm, I think. I should attack first. I think only with Chrysalis, I'm not really very happy if they double block me, so... I could Dread Return a Jixian, but that does feel a little weird. I'm gonna go to combat. Yeah, I would rather have a Troll then. Yeah, double blocking here is something I'm not very interested against, or for. So, I'm just gonna attack with my Writhing Chrysalis there. Looks like they have a cast down. Sure. Let's play a Troll of Khazad-dûm then. We know one of the cards is a Tiding Blade, so, you know, we can play accordingly. Candid Trail. It's a new one. I've seen some people play that in Blade, yeah. I definitely did. They go 2 top, 0 bottom. Okay, wow. Smells like they have another cast down, for all I know. Insight. I like that. I can go inside Dread Return, that's pretty strong. I'm gonna go to combat, attack with the Troll. If they have a cast down, I will inside the Troll, I think. They do have a cast down, okay. Here it is. I'm gonna inside the Troll. That's some good cards right there, okay. I'm gonna pay 4 mana actually for Dread Return on a Troll of Khazad-dûm again. It's a Troll every turn, and then we can Repurposer, or Generous End even. I really want to keep my spawns. I feel like Repurposer is pretty important. They could go for a Blade here. It's like that's refurb. That's excruciatingly annoying if you ask me, but we'll take it. I'm gonna discard the Repurposer actually. They could triple block the Troll, which is, you know, they could do that for sure. They have Tiding Blade. Let's see if they want to use it. Just crack a trail. Okay. Play a Vault of Whispers. Oh, fuck. I hate this card so much. You have no idea. I just want it banned, bro. Like, anytime Refurb is played against me, I'm done. Like, it's just so bad. Like, this game was completely won, then they drew 2 Refurbs, and the game is completely lost. Like, I don't know, man. Doesn't feel that good. Snuff out. Oh, but we can bait a crazy block here. I'm gonna go double attack first. If they triple block on the Troll. Snuff out is nasty. Okay, that's a block there. That's still a blowout though. Just jump? No? Just let it be. Okay, sure. Then I think we shall play a Generous End. Create a food. We can snuff out, so that's pretty good. I mean, if they just flip more refurbs, I'm gonna be sad, because even if you have no cards in hand, the card is still broken. Like, it doesn't matter if you have cards or not. They have Fissure here, or it's a Lembus. Okay, it's okay. Like, you could just see the shift before and after they played refurbs, like how absurd this card basically is, and you can see it again here, right? Like, it's just disgusting. Do I want them to draw a card? I don't think so. I'm just gonna discard Snuff Out because I don't want them to draw, but like, I don't know, man. Just discard so much. We do have the Eviscerators inside, which is pretty cool. Let's see what we draw though. I like that. Repurposer's good. Kinda. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I'll attack with these 2 guys. If they have like a cast down, I'm ready to Eviscerate this inside. I kind of want to get the inside in, to be honest. My Troll is probably gonna get triple blocked. There we go. I'm definitely just trying to kill all of these. 2, 3, 1, sure, that's reasonable. Okay, in that case, I guess we can just play a Eldrazi Repurposer. We can sack the food after all, so it's not the end of the world. And the combined life of these 2 is 3, which is really good, because they can't like blow me out on blocks. They correct the Lembus. We know that 1 card is Tiding Blade, so like they have 1 effective card, because Tiding Blade is not really a card, so that's good. And then we can redraw with Insight. We also can get back some huge guys with our Eldrazi spawns. That's nice. Swamp, so they have 1 effective card. I mean, this is still looking good. Just got pissed by refurbs, man. This game was so free without refurbs. The fact that we beat 3 refurbs is also great, though. I like that. Alright. Not gonna sack the food yet. Snuff Out is a really good card, man. Let's swing at everything here. They decide to double block. I will attempt a blowout here, using Snuff Out on the Glinhawk. Did work, it looks like. Okay, they go to 4. We could Dread Return something back, like the Troll, which is very hard to deal with for them. Or we could play it slow, because we already have a board full of threats. And we could just, since we can't play anything, I think I'm just gonna go for Insight End Step then. I don't think we need to put a Troll with Dread Return here. They go 1, 2, 3. Surveil 2 with a Grim Bauble, okay. We win the first game. Whew, what a game. Okay, let's sideboard a little bit, shall we? So, I think Thorns are good. I think Arms of Hadar are good. The spell bombs felt quite bad, though they're not horrible, but they did feel quite bad. This might not be an Exhume game because it's just, yeah, this might not be an Exhume game at all. Like, Exhume, I wouldn't say it's terrible. They just have blades and cast downs, like that's the biggest problem, but it's not terrible. But I don't think it's worth it, man. I don't think it's worth it. I would rather have these two. And then we can cut 2 spell bombs and just bring double confession and play around Thorn, I guess. Play around Thorn. Okay, let's play around Thorn or the Black Rose this game. We try to find Thorn. We try to remove everything they do or have. And once they're without creatures, you'll try to slam a Thorn. This is a very interesting hand. I think I'll keep it. They move to 6. I'll keep 7. Like, we can fix hands like these. We have the options in the deck to fix things like this. They move to 5, so already we're pretty happy, right? We have double bulk, we have a confession. We are just slamming like a mid-range game. We have some cards, man, and we have lands, and that's what we're happy about here. Vault of Whispers could be like an early refurb game. I'm very happy about this. Although we can't turn to it yet, which is like reasonable, I guess. Orzhov Basilica, okay, they have a slow start too, sure. Or slower. And what's good about this is that we don't really care about like graveyard all that much anymore. I'm just gonna cycle this Generous End, pick up a Wooded Ridgeline. We still have a Chrysalis in the deck. Next turn we can either land Rumble or just Rumble. I think land Rumble is better. Inspecta. They could have a refurb here actually. Please don't. Lambus. Okay, fine. So they could get out of this, you know, with that. Because they can bounce Lambus a couple of times. They go top with Lambus even. Okay. Let's draw. We find a Jixin Infiltrator. Okay. Kind of, yeah, I think I want to protect myself against Tiding Blade before I do any of these things. I'm going to cycle Troll here. And if they want to Tiding Blade my spawn, they can be my guest, of course. I think we want to play a control game here, actually. Wow. That's cards right there. 3 ends. Okay, I'm going to pick up an end, right? Probably going to cycle it. What's good about our deck is that we effectively can't get flooded, because whenever we reach 6 mana, we can just stop cycling these and, like, you know, start actually playing the game. Feel like I like that quite a bit. Attack with a Traben Inspector. We don't have a great way to deal with Orokusake if they have that. So far, we don't see a way they could replay this Inspector though, so that's nice. You can just extract the Sake if they actually go for it too. The plan is first, get some Eldrazi spawns on the board, and then slam the Jigs in. Because I don't want it to be vulnerable to Blade, so we're gonna be patient here. I'm just not gonna slam Jigs in on 2, we're gonna be patient. And then after they slam some of their creatures, I think we can Arms of Hadar as well. Pretty good. Okay, let's see if they have Orokusake. They do. So we hope for not an untapped White Source. And this of course, like, this card is really strong. We need to confess that, I think. If they have more stuff, if we find a land, we could even Hadar. I'm not sacking this spawn though, I think. Okay, we can just confess without anything. It's pretty good. Snuff out is nice. Okay. What do we want to do? I think maybe inside a spawn. What do you guys think? Is inciting a spawn a good idea? I think that's reasonable. I'm gonna go Haunted Mire, because I don't want to do anything else here. I just want to confess to Orokusake. I'm gonna go Mire. That's that. We're chilling with a spawn. We have Bojuka Book. We can go Infiltrator. Then inside it maybe, but I would rather keep this as a threat, to be honest. If they have refurb, which they probably do at this point. No, it's a Lambus. Okay. They could be searching for lands at this point in time. Plains. Another Inspector, question mark. Hell yeah. Let's go. Now we find a Writhing Chrysalis. Okay, that's a good card. I would appreciate having an insight though, but it's not the end of the world. The spawn still survives, and that's really important. And they would need to take off their turn if they want to kill the Chris. I think this is quite good. I think this is a good Chris spot here, so I'm gonna do it. And I think this game could be won by just being patient. I'm gonna Bojuka Buck them. Like a timely Arms of Hadar plus a Thorn just wins games, I think. Just me though. So there's no way they can blade through this Chrysalis. They need to have like maybe a Traben Charm, which is very risky with the Snuff Out in hand. And this is already starting to look like a good Arms of Hadar value. Refurb, not happy about it, but we take it. I think we actually discard Snuff Out here. We don't need it. Glenhawk, brutal, but we can play through it, I think, with Arms of Hadar. Are they keeping the refurb? I think they are. They're not playing the refurb. They have cast down, I think. Okay, that's what's happening. Repurposer, okay. I mean, Repurposer is just good. I think that's what I want to do here. Okay, I'm starting to lose interest in the insights in the hand. I'm gonna play a Repurposer here. First, I need to tap right for that, though. Gonna play Repurposer. We're gonna attack with Writhing Chrysalis. They're probably gonna cast this down, to which we can actually eviscerate this Insight. I think that's pretty good. I think they didn't play this refurb not to play around our arms. I think they did that because they don't want to deal with the refurb, I would say. Or they want to cast down the Chrysalis, is what I meant to say. So I'm gonna attack here, force them to cast it down. No? You have it, come on. They don't. We could go Jixian here, which is a really strong card. And then discard one Insight. I think that's reasonable. I'm gonna go Jixian, because it just feels good. Cast down, I assume. Okay, what is this? What are they doing exactly? Could be Trabon Charm. I mean, I don't know. Doing it. What is that? It's a cast down on the Chris. I was suspecting that, but why not do that before? I guess you want to wait? Because I could have Eviscerator's Insight. Okay, yeah, that's smart, actually. Okay, if they play Refurb, I'm gonna Eviscerator's Insight discard. Unless they have, like, a lot of Refurbs. I hope they don't. Refurb me. It's crazy that this card costs only 1 mana, by the way. Wow. Here we go. Discard Insight. And I definitely want to start using these Insights, you know. They go to attacks. Is there Orokusaki? No, looks like there's not. And step. Now this is a beautiful Arms of Adar. Chris is sweet too. I mean, yeah. We could even Chris Arms, which is like... No, we couldn't. Yes, we could. We have enough spawns to do all that, by the way. Okay. We have enough spawns to do all that. I'm gonna play a Chris pre-combat. And the plan is to overwhelm them here. And I think we not only have enough spawns to do all that, we also have enough spawns to do all that and still protect against Blade. So that's like kind of sick. Let's arms them, shall we? Probably will sack a thing to draw 2. Or cast down one of my guys. Raven Charm Magics. That's 8. I don't have enough, so that's fine. No response. It's dead. They're dead now. Or their cards are gone, basically. I'm gonna go to combat. Attack. And we can start using these Eviscerator's Insights to hopefully get some advantage here. Still trying to play the round Blade, but I think we can sack like 2 spawns and be okay here. Maybe 1 to have some additional layers of protection. Here is a cracked clue. Okay, they're trying to search for like a cast down or something like that. Volta Whispers. I wouldn't like to see Omen of the Dead. Duress is good. Yeah, Duress is good. Take my Insight. Now, if they have a Bojuka Bog or a Nihil Spellbomb, I think that, you know, we have no more card advantage present in hand. We still have 2 turns in hand and stuff like that. It's pretty good. I'm definitely using these Insights, though, from the graveyard, like, for sure. How much mana do we have? That's 5 here, plus 3, that's 8. Okay. So we'll do just Insight per turn, I think. 1, 2. Is that a Trabon Charm? Could be. No, just crack a clue. Okay. Jixian, what a draw. Wow. Gonna play Jixian. And we can go for the Insight, too. Wow, okay. Let's go to the end step. We have 4 cards, 5 lands. 6 mana, effectively. Novice Inspector, alright. Crack a clue. Alright, we're end-stepping. Eviscerator's Insight from the graveyard. Cool card. We're sacking a spawn here. These guys are huge now. Draw 2. Land Confession, okay. Rumble, I like that too. We can play Forest. Do we confess this Novice Inspector? I think, yeah, we do. We do. We beat Blade to 0. The spawns are carrying us. That was awesome. GG. Alright, everybody, welcome back to the conclusion. So, yeah. We won a lot of games. The only game I lost was a game I misplayed terribly, but it didn't look too hot. I wasn't drawing super well. It was against Monstertron. That seemed like a pretty difficult matchup, to be honest. It was the Cascade version. But otherwise, we beat some meta decks, which is really sweet. Yeah, I think the mid-range power of this deck is pretty crazy. It dodges sacrifice effects pretty well, like Tiding Blade, for example. Sometimes I wish I had more card draw in the deck, but honestly, I didn't mind the deck. I think it is quite cool. I even think that the Dread Return had a certain place in the deck. You know, depending on the matchup, sometimes I wish I had like Masked Vandals in the sideboard. Sometimes I wish I had more removal, but that really depends on the matchup. And of course, like every single deck is gonna have some blind spots at certain points. The Exhume was winning us some games, you know, the Midrange plan with Chrysalis Repurposer was winning us some other games. Overall, I would say that this is a really solid midrange deck. I would be pretty curious to experiment with the control version, where we basically are trying to win just through like Exhume, Chrysalis, and exhuming these big guys. For that, we would need a lot of graveyard hate, but I think that's definitely very achievable in a deck like this. So, you know, that felt kind of cool to me. And at that point, we could play more card draw, you know, which playing more card draw is definitely something we could be interested in. This deck has an okay amount of card draw. Usually you resort in a longer games to flashbacking the Insight, and it does wonders. I also like that you're not necessarily reliant on graveyard, so if they have graveyard hate, you can either cheat out the Exhume if you have a creature card in Exhume, since it doesn't target, you can cycle one of your land cyclers, and then you still get back the creature even after they exile your graveyard, which is pretty nice. But you could see that if the Infiltrator gets going, you know, and the Repurposer and the Chrysalis, it is a really tough mid-range plan to beat, as seen in Jund Wildfire. That's why Wildfireless now play for Jixin Infiltrators, because this card is just really strong. I was thinking about playing Mortician Beetle, but I think that card is a little worse in this deck. We want to be sacking the spell bombs and stuff like that. You could also play a couple Twisted Landscapes, but I think that the mana base already is pretty tough with all of these tapped lands basically, right? And the 3 tapped lands here, plus 2 Bojuka Box, right? So you have a lot of tapped lands, but I don't think it's clunky. Some hands in this deck are weird, but I guess there are a lot of weird hands in a lot of different decks, so that doesn't really make it unique. I think it has a decent mix. I would be really happy to experiment with more versions of this deck. If you guys want to see more, definitely leave a comment below. Or if you know, have any ideas on how to actually make this better, I would love to hear that as well. Okay, with that being said, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, and bye. This was Jund Midrange Reanimator.